Welcome back to Survivor Cook Islands, everybody.
We're here. We're back. We're going again.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
Last time, you know her. You love her. She was voted out. Flicka.
Now, what was her actual name?
Jessica.
Jessica. Yeah, they're like Jessica. And I was like, no, that's not her name.
Jeff really wanted to refer to her as Jessica, but no one else would. Yeah.
Except wasn't there one person? There was one other person that did.
Yeah, I think Sandra did.
Sandra did. Yeah, she just refused. So
it shows you how much they respect her, depending on who calls her Flicka. It's just a weird name. I don't even know. We have no idea where it came from.
So, like I've said before, I don't know if it was in reaction or if I actually said it in one of our recap, like the poster before, but like Flicka is like My Friend Flicka, which is like it was like an old like 50s movie about a horse. So
I think that's where it came from.
I don't know if that's where that comes from. I don't know anything. Maybe she's like a horse girl or was a horse girl or something. I don't know.
Maybe she rides with wild horses, maybe out in the wilderness, but I'm not sure.
Who knows?
Who's to say? But yeah, it was probably the low bar of the season, perhaps. It
was just kind of dull.
Yeah, that's all right. Maybe it was Flicka holding us back.
And I'll be. It was the Flicka was holding us back. Now it's all full steam ahead with Jonathan and Adam.
It's like when you got a little bug on you, you just gotta Flicka off. Yeah.
We'll have to see where everything goes from here. I mean, there's definitely building blocks for potential drama down the line, I think, but we'll just have to see.
I keep thinking, like, when's this merge happening? It's usually earlier, but then I forgot that we have like so many people this time.
Yeah, we had 20.
We had 20 people.
20 castaways.
So probably longer.
That's crazy. Crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it might be this episode, maybe next episode. We'll see. But I have a feeling it's this episode.
Because they only had 20 one other time so far, I think, which was Palau, but then it wasn't actually 20 because they took him out.
Yeah, they took him out immediately.
So we actually got to play with him.
Yeah.
We had one double vote out episode, but nothing crazy.
Yeah, because last season we had 16. Again, it was like the first 16 because it was 4 tribes of 4.
Right.
So yeah.
They're really trying to find their footing. What number works best for them, I guess.
Yeah.
Figuring it out.
Well, I think it's interesting just shaking it up a little bit, making it a little different every season. So that's
one time they'll have 5
tribes of 5.
5 people.
5. Oh, just 5 people.
It's like 10 days, 5 people, 1 survivor. A mini version of the show. They win the same amount of money.
And they win $1 million.
You get you have to do 3 tribal councils.
They'll have to make it way more extreme if they're only going to have that many people. Like way more extreme. Like
no good.
So, but
I mean,
middle of the desert.
I feel like we're definitely
Bear Grylls.
Yeah, right.
Situation.
I feel like we're definitely in the ballpark here. It's going to be somewhere 16 to 20 is the sweet spot for this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So, as always, click the link in the description to see the highlights of our reaction. Come back afterwards for the discussion.
All right. See you then. All right. Well, Brad voted out, which is interesting because of how much of the episode was focused on Jonathan. Right. And Brad was only kind of like an afterthought for lots of it, but I guess Brad's just not the most interesting.
That's why they voted him out. He's not interesting.
He's not interesting. Yeah. Well, it's more because like Nate and other people are like, he said all these weird things to us, and we don't really trust him. Like, I guess they're thinking like long term he's gonna go back to Yule and Becky, but like, is that really worth anything? Like, what about Jenny? They expect her gonna go back too? Like,
because they haven't been with them since the very beginning, like that first vote.
It seems like a really weak strategy when like you have like a whole tribe that's more or less together.
But then Jonathan, I guess they're saying he'll have nowhere. Yeah. Well, Adam was saying that, I think, that he'll have nowhere else to go. Like, he can't go back to them now. He's already turned on them. And Brad could go back there because...
Yeah, I guess something like that. I guess that's the only thing that makes any sense.
But yeah, big headline of the episode, Mutiny. Mutiny is at hand.
Yeah, big time. Big time mutiny.
Right. Now, this was only presented one other time, I believe. I'm trying to remember.
Mutiny?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. There was one season they tried it, and then no one did it, I think.
Was it Pearl Islands?
You would think so. But
yeah, that would make sense.
I feel like it was Thailand or something.
Oh,
weird like
okay.
that. Because I feel like I remember Sheehan being there. But there's no one was going for it.
Yeah, I feel like it was kind of earlier in the game. Maybe was when they offered it.
So I guess they're like, Cook Islands. Let's try it again. Works with the theme. And it worked out.
Cook Islands.
So Candace mutinied pretty confidently, and then Jonathan, spur of the moment, went with it. So what do you think of that? What do you think of that choice?
I mean, I guess it was a gutsy choice. I mean, Candace had been talking about she wants back with Parvati and Adam, and she had a close bond with both of them. And Jonathan had kind of hooked on to Candace a little bit. It wasn't a sudden thing. He's definitely been talking to her like more, but she's said for the last couple episodes that she doesn't really trust him all that much. So it's interesting that he's really sort of focused on that sort of bond. I guess maybe he suspects that I think Jonathan feels like he's playing the merge game where he's looking at like Yule and Becky, and maybe he can sort of play along in that crowd, but having Candace, particularly when Candace is bonded with the other two, that maybe there's something that maybe there's something there that he can play with too. So he seems to be trying to attempt to like appease everybody, but like position himself in the best possible way. And I think that's kind of why he's not really trusted, which I guess makes sense when you're trying to play everyone's angle. He was
already at that tribe. There, people were naturally like Yul said how people were naturally just like not trusting him.
Yeah.
And then so you're gonna go ahead and mutiny on a whole tribe. I don't think that's gonna help that reputation necessarily.
Yeah, that's gonna make them just be like, oh yeah, we shouldn't trust him totally, and then like our suspicions were correct, and then it's gonna make the other tribe like, wow, that guy sure doesn't seem very trustworthy. Like he just joined our tribe. Like it wasn't like,
because it's kind of just like with any vote in Survivor, like once you get to the merge, if you flip on your tribe, it's like the same sort of situation where it's like, oh, okay, we'll use you as a number, but how are we supposed to trust you when you just flipped on your whole tribe?
Yeah, right.
Yule was so shocked by that because he had Jonathan in his like end game plans and everything, so that took him off guard.
Yeah, especially Jonathan. Jonathan was talking at the very beginning of the episode. Yeah, we're 5 strong now. It's like Ozzy's kind of the odd one out, and now that we got 5 strong going into the merge. Nope,
and then
not so much.
Just like that, a 2-person swing. It was 8-4.
Yeah, it's almost like he saw Candace doing it. It felt like almost like it felt like a mixture of like I don't trust myself alone with this tribe now because like maybe I'm on the picking block, and also it was almost like I don't trust what Candace has got brewing. It almost felt like it's like I've got to work this angle now. But it just felt very knee jerk and like I gotta stick with Candace.
Yeah, it was definitely in the moment. I mean, it was 1 second left.
It's 1 second left that he made the decision. So yeah.
It's he's put a lot more stock in their relationship than Candace has, clearly.
Yeah, because Candace is like, no, I don't care about him. Like, I don't trust him.
Candace has been like that from the beginning. Remember, Billy thought they were in love. It's just how she works.
She's just like she's a rejecter. She just rejects men. Yeah, that's all.
But she'll put on a smile. She'll say she loves you to your face, but she doesn't really love you, now does she?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's all a ruse.
Out the hard way.
It's like a whole lot of. It's all a lie. She's just a lying woman.
But
like all the rest.
We had a bit of a bond, or definite bond strengthening between these four.
Yeah, I mean, they just won 2 things in a row. Like they immediately follow up to win the reward challenge.
And they got letters, and they're all crying together.
Yeah, it was like, wow. Yeah, they all crying and hugging. It was kind of a love fest, but it was like, it felt good. It didn't feel like creepy or weird. I don't know why it would be creepy or weird, but like, it didn't feel like
so often love fests are.
No, well, I mean, it didn't seem like out of place or like unearned or anything. Like they were just like, I don't know. It felt really natural, and like it was kind of nice and seeing people.
Pure elation, there was like Sandra said it. It's those 4 standing next to 8, double their size next to them. And then winning after that.
It's very cool. Yeah, we're twice in a row too. Well, especially it was nice seeing Ozzy actually have an emotion.
Yeah, he was smiling a lot this episode, like more than most others. But I mean, he
was smiling a lot. He crying.
He went from being on the outs to now they're like all closer because of that. I mean, if they go to tribal council, he's probably still the bottom of the totem pole, but maybe that'll actually help him in terms of his challenge prowess is more valuable now than ever.
Yeah,
too. So
for sure. All these
his stock has gone up a little bit, even with that.
Swimming centric stuff is definitely his ball of wax for sure.
Yeah.
But
Nate chopping poop.
Yeah, I don't know what he had weird stuff to say this episode. He had some fun. He did. I mean, he's always fun. I really like him a lot, actually.
Yeah,
he just says some of the weirdest stuff. I love it. Like he called John. What was his nickname for Jonathan? Lord knows. It's Mr. Lord knows what he's doing. Knucklehead. Yeah.
That's what he's otherwise known as.
Otherwise known as, yeah.
It's like your alternate Harry Potter titles.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
Yeah, he's very charismatic too. He's just fun. He's fun to watch.
Yeah, definitely. Trying to think of what they did. We got to see Yule do a complete hack of that challenge. It was great.
Yeah.
He's just...
which was a cool challenge. Like the idea of the glass, looking through the glass, lining it up.
Yeah, cool. I really like that a lot. It was cool. And I mean that it does work that way. But it also turns out that it can also work in the way where if you behold the flap open, you look down, and you're like, hey, there it is.
Yeah.
So.
It's like, he was like, forget this whole gimmick. Like, let's not waste our time with this gimmick, all right?
Yeah.
It's right here. Let me just drop it. I'll see it.
It was great. It was great. Great moment.
Yeah. Jonathan getting frustrated by me.
Oh yeah, Big Jonathan's getting frustrated. It was like, stop it, Jeff, or something like that, or hush, something.
Please. Yeah.
Oh yeah, please, Jeff, please. There's a lot of standout moments from a lot of people this episode. Honestly, I thought everybody had their part except for Brad, who got voted out.
Poor Brad. I always feel bad.
Yeah.
I always feel bad.
And Jenny didn't really have much to say either, but yeah.
That's true. I mean, we didn't hear like one word from Becky, did we?
No, she said like a couple things during the reward. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it wasn't much. No, it's more Sandra. So.
Is there anything else from the episode?
Well, Nate raised his suspicions of Brad very early on. He said some questionable things.
Right.
So that was
And then, they did drop the little bombshell that, by the way, the jury, Brad is the first member of the jury.
Yeah, Brad's first member of the jury. So I guess we're going to have a little 9-person jury now, I guess is the thing, right? Or 11?
How many people we have? Let's see.
Well, we have 4 and 8, so 12. So it's a 9-person jury.
Well,
Or 10-person
well,
jury?
we now are down to 11. Now it's 7 and 4.
Right. Right.
And he's the
Right,
first
right,
member of the
right.
jury.
So we're gonna have 10 jury? How does that
Potentially.
work?
Yeah, potentially 10-person jury.
How does that work? How does that happen? You could
Right?
have a tie. Well, I guess you just split the million now, guys.
Yeah.
That's stupid. Wait, no, you have 9 people. That's what it should be.
Right? Right.
If you're gonna
Right.
expand the amount of jury members, you do it to 9, not 10. Ah, yes, classic 10. It was like, what?
10-person jury, classic 10.
What? It's like, okay, I know like the jury of like the U.S. is like 12-person jury, but the thing about that is that because 12 people, you have a wide array of personalities. Typically, for a lot of cases, you have to be unanimous. Some you don't. But if it's split, then that's a hung trial anyways. You can't have a hung jury
Imagine.
for $1 million. It
Like,
doesn't
you guys
work
are gonna
that
have to
way.
come back and think about this more and make a decision. You're gonna come back.
You can't have a hung jury on Survivor. I'm sorry, but
Right. Well, yeah, I don't even without that. I don't know how I feel about them dropping this valuable information just after he's already been voted out. Because
yeah,
potentially you could be like, I'm gonna say the worst stuff to him. I'm not gonna see him again. So
yeah.
fuck you, Brad. I've always hated you. You're the worst thing that's ever happened to this tribe, and I'll never speak to you again. First member of the jury, Brad.
First member of the jury, by the way, is Brad.
Not getting
I forgot to mention that, huh?
That's why I don't like that. I don't like any things
yeah.
that aren't known to the players ahead of time. That's like the Outcast twist on Pearl Islands wasn't fair because it's like, oh, your past has come back to haunt you. This is unprecedented.
You imagine this is like, yeah, die jerks. I don't know. That's the thing too about what was the thing I was gonna think about? But because like the I2 doesn't even know that this happened. Like, when is I2 going to be informed that now there's a member of the jury that's out there?
They don't even know until they go to the next tribal council. Oh, Brad.
Yeah, oh, by the way, Brad's here. Oh, yeah, he doesn't. I imagine that Jeff's going to mention it at the next challenge.
Yeah,
He's
probably.
like, you'll see that Brad isn't there. He's actually the first member of the jury. You're like, ooh, have your musical stings go on or whatever. So,
Right.
terrible. I have a deep one with that, but.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So we'll see how it plays out. Did you enjoy the episode?
Yeah, I actually did. I thought it was a little twists and turns, fun. A tribe that was kind of someone was on the outs is now like the people that are left in the fracas are like stronger than ever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of wild. It was fun. It was a fun episode. I mean, seeing the little twists and turns, the different like dynamics, like. Adam and Adam and Nate's sort of friendship. They like talking about stuff and stuff. I always really liked that. That was fun. Yeah, it was good stuff.
Yep, and all these twists and turns, but not until you see the twist like you've never seen before. And the next
that's gonna be the next episode.
Bottled up and ready for you.
The game will change forever.
Right. you gotta pull that up, like
you gotta pull that out again.
Episode of Australian Outback. What?
No, that was Africa. That was Africa. Yeah, because it was
the tribes, the swap.
Yeah, the tribe swap. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
The game will change forever.
Just so you know, these young people won't run the game the whole time.
Yeah, because it was really miserable to watch. It was not entertaining at all. Yeah. So, anyway.
All right. So, who do you give your MVP to?
Boy, it could go to a lot of people, but I think I'm gonna have to give it to Nate. Because, man, it felt like every confessional had gold in it. It just had.
You just gotta chop through the poop to find it.
Chop through the poop to find it. That's right. Some questionable things. You said some questionable. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. Oh, he said.
I really like Nate. Nate is just really fun.
He said "sucka" early in the episode. I forget what that was.
Oh yeah, sucka. Yeah, that was good too.
Oh yeah, he's like Jonathan thinks he can just come in here and just be part of us. Start stirring the water.
Yeah.
Sucka.
Sucka. It's good stuff.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it was a fun episode. It was good.
Yeah. So next episode is episode 10. We're in double digits here.
And we still have so many people. We still have so many members.
So, yeah, come back next week for the next episode. If you want to watch any more of our Survivor stuff, go to zacharcher.net/survivor, and you can just pick out a season, click on it, check it out. All right. And what video would you recommend our viewers watch in the meantime?
In the meantime, go check out our review of Black Mirror season 4.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
We gotta
go
get
check
to
it
some
out.
Black Mirror soon.
Yeah, it was season 6 is out. I haven't really looked at anything people have talked about because I want to try to avoid all that stuff. I won't. I've been avoiding it. I've been avoiding it, and we have yet to watch season 5 still. So,
Yeah.
which I know is kind of over the place. So,
Well,
I know there's an episode with a certain guest star.
Yeah.
That I haven't seen yet. That's typically regarded as the worst episode of the whole show. So,
yeah,
that is like the most I know about, the most I've known about Black Mirror this entire time. So
there's a couple other guest stars in there that you might not know about.
Oh, okay.
For that one,
Maybe.
that might be interesting for you to see. But yeah, with that, we're probably not gonna be doing this. We're probably just gonna do like episodes when we get a chance here or there, you know.
Yeah.
And not just do like straight seasons. Probably what we're not gonna.
Yeah.
Probably gonna, so we can have Survivor more consistently.
Yeah, we've definitely been feeling like we want to keep running with the Survivor train, so we'll keep it rolling along. We'll throw some Black Mirror in there every once in a while, but go check out our thoughts on season 4. So.
Yeah. And if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment. We'll be sure to read in the next episode of the Tarqaron podcast. All right, click the link in the description for our social media and hit the notification bell for more. All right.
All right.